Hello and welcome to Smallton. So there we go, there's the co-power nonsense. I'm sure you can all read that if you're interested, which I'm not, so there we go. Right, let's get on with the video. Right, what we're doing today is we're DCCing a non-DC loco. Now, some of you on Facebook, etc. ask questions about this, so I'm going to show you what I've done. Now, this is a ring field motor, and it's a Lima one which I got through Facebook. So the contacts for the positive side, there's one on the front bogie and the negative is on the rear bogie, which makes things a lot easier. So we've wired this up according to the instructions. That is, the positive side goes, or the red wire goes to the positive, black wire goes to negative, which is that terminal there, and then we have the orange and grey wires to the positive and negative side of the motor. Now, as you may have noticed, this has got directional lighting. Now, according to the instructions I have, the white is the front, which is what I've maybe connected up. So, there it is. White trundles off to the front. The yellow to the back, which as you can see is going on there and joining the original black wire, and then we have the blue, which is neutral, which is wired up to the neutral cables which were originally attached. So, having done that, what we have to do now is just stick it on the programming track and see if the chip that I've got actually works. So just bear with me while I attempt to do that. Okay, see you in a few minutes. Right, well, for this we're going to use the high mech. Basically because that's what I've got stored on here. As you can see, I'm using Rail-Link. So we get the body. No, I'm not saying this is what you need to do, but we get the body, if I can get that focus, and we find that's a number 11. I usually use the running numbers as the identification for my engines. So we'll get a locomotive ID, select 11. Okay, section ID 11, and it's now then, do I put express? Yes, for what I'm going to be using, it's going to be express. So now we need to look at it. So locomotive settings, can't find loco in class. Okay, fine. And since it's now sat on the programming track, we let that program away. Now, as you can see here, we're using a Hatton's chip, mainly because I can unplug that from the harness and solder everything up and not worry about blowing the chip, as I have done on a couple of locos. Now, I don't know if this chip works. It may be a faulty one. I'm not entirely certain, but we'll see. And there we go. That's we'll let that program away. In the meantime, we'll take off the sticky label that somebody's left on there and clean that up. Put some super glue on this center section that's been broken, and at some time in the future I'm going to have to find a buffer for the other side because there's one broken, one missing, and that does actually look like a fairly new brake, so I'm not sure whether it was done before I got it or in the post, but there was no buffer there when I came to unwrap it, so we'll see about that. So the next job to do, if I can get this to focus again, is to make some blank ends for there and there, so that I can mount a driver in it, because I do not have ghost trains on my layout. I just don't think it's right, and I've seen many, shall we say, rivet counters who've had their train, you know, absolute perfect, precise detail, but no crew in their wagons. Fine, that's entirely up to yourselves. Not saying you should do it, not saying you shouldn't do it. It's up to you, but I like my locos to have a crew. Now, once I've programmed it, we shall try it on my track and see if I've wired it up correctly. Now that's the fun bit. So this may take a while. Let's see if I can focus in on there, and as you can see, that's trundling away quite nicely. What I'm going to do is just reduce this slightly, and for those of you that are interested, if I can get it to move, which it won't, no, we'll blow that up. Where did I put the Semtex? Right. Okay, now I don't know if you all can see that, but that's the information I've got for wiring up a harness for a decoder. Hope you can all see that, and away you go. So anybody needing to do this, there you've got the writing, and I've shown you how I've done this in here. Now whether these lights will stay or whether I'll put to LEDs, I don't know, but I would need to put resistors in there, and hopefully if I do that, Amazon will send me the correct resistor this time. I ordered like 100 so that I could DCC, so that I could light up my coaches, and they sent me the wrong size. Well, if I put a 1 volt or a 3 volt in there, that's fine, but I use a 12 volt LEDs, so that means I'm going to have to go to the shop and see if I can get some 3 volt ones. Oh, deep joy, more expense. Joys of owning model railways, eh? Well, what I'm going to try and do is, while that's programming in, I'm going to get the class 215 going, if it will, which it won't. Don't worry about it, I won't, and don't, because I do have a faulty connector, and there's no power on there, none at all. Not going to reset it, just going to let it do what it needs to do. Maybe something's derailed somewhere. Yes, does look like it is. So, oh, deep joy. Yep, there's the one wagon. Now, strangely enough, as you can see, some of these wagons have been weathered, and from here down to the end are Marklin ones, which I've altered the wheels on and basically got the original wheels and modified them with sleeves, insulation sleeves, so that they'll work on a DC system rather than the AC one, the Marklin ones. From here upwards are loco wagons, apart from the cleaner wagon, which is down there, which were bought ready to run. Guess which ones are most reliable? Yes, that's right, the ones I modified. Deep joy. I think it's just a case of that the others are quite light. I mean, nine times out of 10, all my wagons go around perfectly, with no exceptions. A couple of the Hornby ones derail. I haven't got any backman wagons, goods wagons, so I can't tell you how well they are. There's only Marklin, which is that, and petrol tanker there. That one with the Texaco is Machano. Not a bad wagon, as long as you put some weight in it. Then we've got an old Triang low loader, which, if this doesn't work, is where that's going to sit until I can get it to work. You can see here the confidence extruding. As for the layout, well, we finally got Mr. Belcher's mansion fixed up and lit, and let's see if we can get that going. As you can see over there, it doesn't look too bad. Little too much light bleed, sorry about that. I'm sat down and there we go, that's a better. Little bit of light bleed across the centre, but I will fix that. Church is okay, that's not a problem. We've got other buildings, which I must do some work on. That this is the old petrol station. Now that's been in service for some time, since I first built Smallton. It's been modified, updated, and don't know why it's doing that, and detailed. I think one of the other videos shows the inside, but I'm not sure. As you can see, there's now a little bit of light bleed, so I may have to do something about that. Everything else seems okay. And we've got don't know if you can see the interior. I mean, the LEDs look a lot brighter on the screen than they do in real life, so trust me on that one. And even the Tok H lamps, the street lamps here, they are a lot, getting rid of the old spider web there, they're a lot brighter on the screen than they are in real life. I'm going to just go for a few minutes while I wait for this to finish programming, and then I'll come back to you. Okay, it won't be long. Oh, there we go, guys. That was worth the wait, wasn't it? And there she is, off she goes. Now, unfortunately, I've got to redo the lights because it's the wrong way round. And obviously she's gone off somewhere and decided to stall out. But at least it does work. No, there we go. There we go. And one light isn't working. Now, when I tested it on DC, they do actually work. So I will investigate the reasons why the other one is on all the time. Maybe it's something to do with the CV settings, I don't know. There we go. Working almost perfectly. That's actually on its lowest setting of 10 miles an hour. So I may alter that too, so it's on a low setting of 5. But there you go, working. So I'll carry on and alter the lighting and put the crew in. That will be a tomorrow job. It's time to go to bed now. It's about 11 o'clock. So I hope you had a happy Christmas and New Year, and there'll be another Smallton update at some stage this month, maybe next month. I've got a few things to do this month, and my Ukrainian friend wants to start his layout. So there will be, I will be showing you how he goes about that. Hopefully he reads the instructions first. While I was waiting for that to program, I managed to clean the body up on the of the model, and that nasty sticky label's gone. What I used was I just raided the house elf's vodka supply. Shh, don't tell her. Oh well, take care guys and have a great time. All the best and stay safe. Bye for now. Bye.